the huge thing because she is a huge star in the Walking Dead world, and to attach her name to this in any form is a lot of people are going to flock to it just to see her
Yeah.
and her acting ability. So that it in itself is a huge boost for the Black Panther, which I can't wait to see.
I've heard that I don't know if it's true or not because I didn't see his name on there. But I've heard that the John Boyega who played Finn in Star Wars: The Force Awakens is supposed to be in
Yes,
the movie as well.
I've heard rumors about it. There's been no confirmation or anything else to it, so I don't know whether to believe it or not. But the rumor is he will be in the movie in some form or another. Um, so I guess time will tell. Um, yeah, no, it just shows how big Marvel's getting with all these big names going with their movies, and it's good to see.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot, pardon me, the actors, big time actors, are realizing that. I mean, they want to go off and kind of get attached to this at some point. In some ways,
Especially towards the end of their careers.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's a nice way. This kind of brings me to an interesting story. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Robert De Niro has went off and stated that the only, and maybe he was joking when he said this, but at this point he said that the only way that he'll do another Iron Man movie is if Mel Gibson goes off and agrees to direct it. And
you mean Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Thank you. And Mel Gibson went off and kind of, jokingly, apparently went off and turned around and said he would agree, but if he went off and directed it, they would take the character in a very interesting direction. And of course, as we have pointed out, as I brought up several episodes ago, Mel Gibson kind of came out and badmouthed the whole, superhero franchise or genre together. So the idea that he would be even, remotely serious about doing something like this would be shocking to me.
Oh, I agree. It's not his style or anything that he enjoys doing. So I really hope he stays away from things like that, just for our sake. I do not want to see any superhero movie directed by Mel Gibson.
But I do think that this is kind of an indication. I mean, Downey, odds are, he's kind of, going to be wrapping it up, and I have a feeling that by the time they get done, with, the next couple of Avengers movies, that in the Infinity War, I think, he probably will be done with Marvel.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. He's had a long run, and a lot of most of them have. So I'm not.
I mean, he's kind of, he kind of started this. I mean, for Marvel. I mean, some people might go off and say, well, no, it was, the Incredible Hulk. But I mean, it really was. I mean, it really came down to the Iron Man that really kind of started this whole thing all over.
Oh, I agree. Like, the Incredible Hulk, yes, it was good and all that, but it wasn't actually, picked to be the starter of the Avengers and all this. It was just merely as, people enjoyed watching the Hulk. Iron Man was legitimately their serious push at starting the Avengers. So, only fitting that, the first person to call it quits is the guy who started off with Iron Man.
Well, I mean, considering the way that, and we've seen in the comics where Iron Man has taken on a young lady to be his protege, which is huge, and it just there have been a couple different of people who've taken on the moniker of Captain America. It does bring up some interesting ideas as where they could go off and take the franchise following the Infinity War. There's rumors that we might actually see one or two people actually, major characters from the Avengers actually die in this movie or in these movies.
It's definitely very possible.
So sorry, folks, if you may have heard him wince. He just got bit by the tiger.
Yes, the tiger has bit me.
Usually it's supposed to catch the tiger by the toe. This time the tiger caught him by the toe.
Yes, very unfortunate.
So.
I do believe, though, we may cut our show a little short this week. Not by much, but...
Well, you know what? I mean, we need to take you to the hospital, have your toe checked out after that tiger bit you.
Yeah. I might be missing a toe. So, yeah.
Stupid cat.
Yes, stupid cat. So, yeah, this is the part where we do shameless plugs.
So, thank you once again for listening in on us. Been a blast, and maybe a little weird. If you know our show, you know we go down the rabbit hole quite a bit.
Yeah, I think we got stuck in the rabbit hole tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? While we're down here, we might as well go have tea with the Mad Hatter. So
I am the Mad Hatter.
Yes, you are the Mad Hatter. So, guys, follow us on Twitter.
You can follow me at Real CAPT at Real Captain Fizz.
You can follow me at That Local Fellow at That Mask Guy. Follow the show at Bizmask Show. You can go to our website, www.bizmaskshow.com, where you'll find the first 50 some odd episodes of our podcast on there. Better yet, go to that site and then, click on our link to our Facebook page, which you can actually search by putting in Captain Fizz and the Masked Man. We have a lot of fun on there, and normally every Sunday I try to go off and put some Star Wars theories. And occasionally we go off and talk about comic books. We just post whatever stuff that goes off and tickles our fancies on there.
Yes, it'll not tickle our fancy.
And we would love, to hear, give some of your input on there, guys. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to see on the show. We're definitely, for those people who've been listening to the show for a while, we've kind of backtracked a little bit. For a while there, we were having guests on and doing some stuff, and just because of several different issues, we've kind of went back to just having fun and chatting. But we'd love to go off and to have guests on the show. And if you guys have any topics you want us to talk about, I know that we got a lot of interest when we talked about the whole situation around Joey Styles last week. So if you guys have any other ideas you'd love, just hook up, go off and hit us up on Twitter, leave some messages for us on our Facebook page. We'd be glad to hear from you. So once again, thank you for listening. This has of course been as interesting a show as most of them are. So it's time for us to leave. So in the meantime and in between time, good night. God bless, and may the Force be with you.
And as always, stay frosty, my people. Good night.